Bye.
I don't want to sleep. Why should I sleep soon?
நான் ஏன் ஒரு சாக்லேட் சாப்பிட கூடாது? நாங்க இதுக்கு பதிலா நிறைய சாக்லேட் சாப்பிடலாமே.
சாப்பிடும்போது ஏன் ஃபோன் பார்க்க கூடாது?
We always don't have answers to all the questions that kids have.
And today we are going to try and answer all of them and give some important tips to you parents.
Hello, we are doctors from MGM Healthcare Chennai.
We're all pediatricians. We specialize in keeping your kids healthy.
And today we are here to talk about a few important things that we think that you must keep in mind.
Before we get into that, we have a simple message for the parents watching this video. The world isn't the same that it was 20 years ago. Your child's health needs constant attention and a holistic approach. We provide that at MGM Healthcare Chennai. Our pediatric department consists of several highly skilled super specialists all under one roof. We also have 24/7 state-of-the-art child care facilities. We have a round-the-clock pediatric emergency care department exclusively for children, pediatric intensive care unit, a neonatal intensive care unit, and late night outpatient care for your urgent needs.
All right, are we ready to get quizzed?
Yes.
My mom says pizza is bad for me, but vegetables are good. Ma, pavakava. Why should I eat vegetables?
Oh, this reminds me of myself when I was a kid. I didn't like vegetables either. See, no doubt food is one of the most challenging parts of raising a child. Kids can be super picky in what they eat, and it always can be challenging to keep them both happy as well as healthy.
But it's very, very important that they have a nutritious food and a balanced diet. But பசங்க சாப்பிட மாட்டேன்னு அடம் பிடிச்சாங்கன்னா என்ன பண்றது? Here are a few tips.
Firstly, we must ensure that they start eating solid food as early as possible. It's important to start giving them actual solid food soon after they start developing teeth.
Mashed vegetables, applesauce, and other purees don't let the kids chew, and chewing is the first step in digestion.
Pureed foods weakens their jaw development and chewing abilities. It also does not make them very comfortable eating vegetables, fruits, and even meat, which is necessary for them to have a nutritious diet.
We must also pay attention to what the children do while they're eating food. In the past, they used to eat while they listen to stories, but now they eat while they watch videos or watch the TV.
Try and avoid this as much as possible.
ஆமா, அவங்க என்ன சாப்பிடுறாங்கன்னு தெரியாது, எவ்வளவு சாப்பிடுறாங்கன்றதும் தெரியாது. Children need to be actively involved while eating.
Also, to make eating fun, you can make the eating experience interesting. Apart from cooking children's favorite dishes, you can make it yummy for their eyes too. There are these appealing plates and lunch boxes where there are places for fruits, vegetables, chapatis and rice, protein and a treat.
Try this and your children are never going to bring back any leftovers.
And another thing we need to remember is balanced diet. The first few years are the phase in which a child grows the most and requires all the essential nutrients. In some cases, a child feels full after a meal, but may not necessarily have received all the nutrients and micronutrients.
Another common question that parents always ask me is about sugary food, fried foods, and junk food. You can't stop a kid from eating candy, chips, or cake, but you definitely can stop them from overeating it.
Not just kids.
But remind them to brush their teeth.
I want to be a doctor when I grow up. I want to become the CEO of a company.
நான் IPS.
Superstar.
Wow, these are some really ambitious kids with really ambitious parents, I would say. Well, I just want these kids to know that they will all be strong and smart in their own ways.
இங்க ரெண்டு விஷயம் சொல்லணும். First, all children grow at their own pace. Parents அவங்க குழந்தைங்களை மற்ற குழந்தைங்களோட கம்பேர் பண்றது நிறுத்தணும். Second, don't put too much pressure on the kids about their future. Let them enjoy their childhood and be happy.
But yes, it is important that children are both physically and mentally healthy.
You know, many parents who come to us for consultation want their children to undergo an unrealistic transformation and ask us for ways and means to get that to happen. Parents often ask, will basketball make my child taller? Will swimming make my child stronger? What class do I put my child in to make them smarter?
Well, having your child take part in a sport or a class is always a good idea. But it may not speed up their growth. It all depends on their own growth rate and potential.
Also, growth just isn't about how strong or smart a child is. How they interact with the surroundings, process the information, able to adjust to their emotions also matters.
Ultimately, நமக்கு நம்ம பசங்க சந்தோஷம் தான் முக்கியம். And for that, we need to make sure that they become well-rounded adults who are confident and comfortable with themselves and those around them. So yes, IQ alone is not enough. You need to think about the emotional quotient as well.
Please stop comparing your child with other children.
Parents often tell us that another child looks healthier, looks taller, talks more, behaves better. We want to tell them that the problem is not with their child but with their thinking. Each child has their own growth pace. They take their time to learn and mature. Unless there's a major shortfall, you need not worry.
I hate it whenever I get acne.
I hate it when my parents treat me like a child.
How do I feel confident about myself?
Puberty. This is an age when nothing feels right. You feel like no one is listening to you, even your own body.
So here's the deal. We are now going to talk about the mental health of our children. So when they grow older, reaching teenage and adolescence, their body grows quite quickly and the brain tries to catch up. And there are some hormonal changes which every teenager experiences, and it is at these times that they are quite hard on themselves too.
So, they are under a lot of stress and they need to be comforted and guided through these difficult times. இதை நம்ம பண்ண தவறினா அவங்களுக்கு mental health issues வரதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. So here are 4 don'ts for parents so their children can have good mental health.
Number 1, parental pressure. For parents, kids will always be kids. So they're constantly telling them what to do and pressurizing them to follow. A lot of teenagers I speak to these days, they say they want a lot more privacy and independence. They say they feel more comfortable talking to their friends rather than their parents.
So parents, if your child says that they need their space, please back off, speak to them, but give them time.
Second thing, peer pressure. This is the flip side of our kids being open to their friends. They can fall into the trap of peer pressure. Some kids have different lifestyle and habits, but it doesn't matter to them. They just want to seem cool in front of their friends and not left out.
They do things that they are not even comfortable with just because they see that their peers are doing the same things, and this in turn causes anxiety. Parents, நீங்க தான் சொல்லணும் உங்க பசங்க கிட்ட நீங்களாவே இருங்கன்னு சொல்லுங்க.
The next don't is the biggest issue of our present days. Social media and screen time. Starting from a young age, we must discourage children from spending too much time on their phones, playing games and on social media.
They're very impressionable at this age. They look at others who set unrealistic living standards and body images, and they begin to feel inadequate. This often leads to depression, eating disorders and addiction among teenagers.
Sitting in front of a screen for too long also causes obesity. Their attention span is reduced, social skills are not developed, and their academic performance takes a hit. The impact of too much screen time is felt most on our sleep.
Which brings us to the last don't, irregular sleep. Children either stay late in the night watching the screens or they have difficulty falling asleep.
Definitely, their circadian rhythm calls for a complete toss. This is crucial for the healthy body and mind and is affected when the sleep pattern changes.
நல்ல தூக்கம் அவங்களோட மூடை நல்லா வச்சுருக்கோம், மெட்டபாலிசம் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணும், உடல் நலம் ஆரோக்கியமாக இருக்கும், அப்புறம் அவங்க ஸ்கின் கிளியராக இருக்கும் அண்ட் யோசனையும் தெளிவாக இருக்கும். ஸோ பேரண்ட்ஸ், அவங்கள நேரத்துக்கு தூங்க வைக்கிறதுக்கு நீங்கள் இதை சொன்னால் போதும்.
I don't want to fall sick. How to not fall sick?
If there was a way to never fall sick, I'm sure we would want that too. There are many ways to be healthy. It's a good attitude to want to be strong and healthy.
Since we're in the middle of a pandemic, everyone is worried about falling sick. What I'm about to say applies to everyone. Eating healthy and exercising regularly will make your immune system stronger and in turn will prevent you from falling sick.
While some illnesses can be handled by the immune system, some others need an external push. Getting the necessary vaccines will help keep all these infections away.
Actually, vaccines are not only for COVID-19 and for children below the age of 5 years. Even kids above the age of 10 years are eligible for vaccines. Booster shots can be administered to increase the efficacy of the vaccines that they have received as kids.
For example, there is this vaccine called Boostrix, which covers 3 diseases: diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. There is another vaccine for HPV, which is usually given to teenage girls to prevent cervical cancer. They are available here in MGM Children's at MGM Healthcare, Chennai.
While vaccines are one form of prevention, regular screening can help us pick up certain diseases and treat them early. This again is not just for adults.
In fact, many of the diseases that the adults develop could have been prevented by preventive checks in childhood. These screening checks should be done at regular intervals between 1.5 to 3 years, between 4 and 6 years, 9 to 12 years, and between 12 and 18 years. At MGM Healthcare, Chennai, we have this Little Champ healthcare package to help you out with this. Do check it out. The link is in the description below.
Giving our children a healthy lifestyle and a happy environment is important for their growth. While we do ensure this, some situations are beyond our control. For when that happens, MGM Children's at MGM Healthcare is here to help you.
Our pediatric department consists of several highly skilled super specialists all under one roof. Now that the consultation is done, I have a very important question for you. Which lollipop would you like?